Hi everyone, we've got an absolute classic for you tonight and it's absolutely delicious as well. In fact, it's absolutely fantastic, so you're absolutely lucky. Here we go. This is Chicken Surprise, which is our version of Chicken Cordon Bleu. It's chicken fillets wrapped in ham with cheese inside them, and we serve it with mash and mash and peas and carrots. Look at that. I'll hand you over to Ting.
สวัสดีค่ะเพื่อนๆวันนี้จะมาทำไก่ห่อชีสไก่ห่อชีสก็คือ Chicken Cordon Bleu เป็นเมนูที่ยอดนิยมมากค่ะแต่ว่าเราจะปรับเปลี่ยนสไตล์ในการทำให้มันง่ายขึ้นไม่ให้มันยุ่งยากดีสำหรับกับแม่ครัวมือใหม่และจะเสิร์ฟกับมันบดแล้วก็ถั่วลันเตากับแครอทค่ะ
Right, chicken surprise we're having tonight. Now many of you know that any restaurant you go into, well many that you go into, will have chicken cordon bleu or pork cordon bleu. Cordon bleu is all over the world as a favourite, but it's a hassle to do it the way restaurants do it, so Ting decided to do it so we could have it at home. And that is what Chicken Surprise is, our version of Chicken Cordon Bleu. Tonight we're going to have it with mashed potatoes, our style mashed potatoes, and we're also going to have it with peas and imported frozen carrots, as it's a special one. Anyway, to do this, we're actually cooking for 2 people here. We've got 8 small chicken breasts, which can be flattened out to include the goodness. We've got 4 average sized potatoes, which we're going to be using for making the mash. We've got 4 little bombs of squashed up cheese. We have grated cheese, so we squish them together. It's probably the size of 2.5 black olives. But there you go, you can see 4 of those. Those will be going inside the chicken. We need garlic salt here for the mashed potatoes. We've got sea salt and fresh ground black pepper for flavouring. A couple of beaten eggs, some flour and some breadcrumbs, and 6 slices of ham. Can't get terribly good ham in Thailand, but 6 slices of ham anyway. And some toothpicks to hold it all together. So that's what we'll be using, and we'll get everything ready first of all by boiling the potatoes, and then we get about making the chicken surprise itself. Okay, the potatoes are just coming to the boil, having been sliced up, and while the potatoes are boiling, we prepare the chicken fillets by flattening them out with a mallet, I suppose it's called. It's a flattener. It's like a hammer. You use the smooth side rather than the pointed side, which is used for tenderizing meat. And then you add some salt and pepper. You do two fillets at a time, because there are 2 fillets which make up 1 chicken surprise. And put some ground black pepper on each side, and some salt as well on both sides. So because this is all the seasoning that they're actually going to get themselves. Then you get them so that they're shaped in the same direction, and you put 1 lump of cheese inside and cover it with the other fillet. You then take a piece of ham and put the ham around it. We cut the piece of ham in 2 so that it can be put around the 2 chicken fillets, and kept in place by the toothpick. Right, so it goes round a bit like a belt goes round your waist, and it goes round, and the toothpick holds the two pieces of ham together. That is then, my wife's in a hurry tonight, so I can hardly keep up with this commentary. That then goes into the flour, is doused and covered with flour, and once it's got a liberal covering of flour, that goes into the egg, as you can probably spot there, into the egg, and then that's transferred into the breadcrumbs to give it a crispy coating. Sprinkle some breadcrumbs over the ends, because the ends, of course, aren't the main bit. And that goes to one side and done and ready to be cooked, deep fried, or well, not deep fried, fried. So then we move on to the next one, and you again flatten two of the fillets, season them on both sides, pop a lump of cheese into the middle of one, cover it with the other flattened fillet, and make it nice and tight, and then wrap the ham around it in two pieces, connect it with toothpicks, and then coat it with flour, egg and breadcrumbs, and then put that to one side as well. Meanwhile, the potatoes are boiling beautifully, so we'll just finish this off and come back to you. Right, there are the four chicken units ready prepared with ham around them and their breadcrumbs and stuff. We're just the potatoes have been taken out and drained, and we're just going to start mashing them now. As you can see, they're in pieces as they were boiled. We add 10 grams of butter before we start mashing. Because that'll mash away initially, and in a minute, once it's been broken down a bit more, and it's beginning to need to be a bit creamy, we'll add some milk. The potato has now reached a smooth consistency from a lot of elbow grease that's going into it here, but it's still a bit flaky, so we'll add a little bit of low-fat milk, not too much, and some garlic salt. I would say that's a good teaspoonful and a half of garlic salt, and obviously subject to taste, all of this. But the garlic makes a huge difference to the mashed potato, and quite a good sprinkling of pepper. So now we do another 1 or 2 minutes of mashing to combine all that flavouring with the potato, and then taste it again and see if it needs salt or pepper, maybe a bit more milk if you like it really smooth and liquid. But this is looking pretty good as it is, as you can see. We've just tasted it. It needed a tiny bit more pepper and a tiny bit of milk. It looks pretty smooth.
Okay, now.
Okay, so that's much as it should be, and it'll go into the oven to keep warm while we fry the chicken. Right, for cooking the chicken, you want to get some oil. We use soybean oil here, and it's about, because it's in a wok, it's about just over 1 centimetre deep. and you need to heat it up until, if you drop a breadcrumb in, it sort of bubbles, fizzes quite fast. So it needs to be hot oil, which it is now, and then we add one of the chicken surprises. We'll do these in two batches. And it has to be on medium heat, not fast, because obviously the chicken needs to cook through, and the cheese inside needs to be hot enough to melt. So you pop that in and leave it long enough before you turn it or before you move it, so that because it's all coated with egg, it'll hold the fillets together, and the ham is holding it round the middle as well. So you leave it in there until it's beginning to go golden, and then you'll turn it, and we'll come back. Okay, it's been frying for about a minute and a half, and it's beginning to go golden. So Ping wants to turn it now. As you can see, it's very golden stage. Now we'll leave it this side for a minute and a half. And once it's as golden as you want it to be, you can take it out and drain it on some kitchen towel. There's the first batch. It's about to come out. Look at that, beautifully golden brown, as they say. Okay, those are all done. They look delicious. They're in position. And to serve them up, you have to transfer them onto a plate and take the toothpicks out. This is very important, otherwise your guests may swallow a toothpick, which is not a nice thing. So you take the toothpick out from each side and then transfer onto a plate. The mash is in the oven, keeping warm, and the peas and carrots are ready. So we'll just dish it up and come back and show you. So here's the final result. Chicken surprise with mash and mixed vegetables, peas and carrots in this case. Look at that. It'll be absolutely delicious, good for you, and quite filling. Enjoy.